It's a damn shame they threw Rand in here.
Who is Rand?
Rand is one of my fellow castle guards. They threw him in here for failure to perform his duties. Rand's been with Tendrick since the beginning. He's a good man. I can't believe he was at fault. Wrong place at the wrong time, I say.
You do not believe Rand deserves to be executed?
You can't blame Rand for what happened. None of us are any match against those priests. I could see punishing him, but to execute him, that's not right.
He let the girl be captured and allowed an assassin into your warlord's chamber. Sounds to me like he's a waste of space.
Well, it sounds to me like you left any sense of compassion you had back in hell.
I cannot remember what it was to feel compassion. But perhaps I was too harsh in my judgment.
Perhaps there is some hope for you, Ghost Man.
Please, you have to tell them to stay the execution.
Stay it? I should perform it. You are a coward. You failed your master.
It wasn't my fault. All of my training was useless against the priest magic.
Tell me what you know about the priests.
I don't know anything.
You have had close contact with them twice and know nothing?
You must believe me.
What reason do I have to trust you?
In the name of all that is good, I tell you, I could do nothing against the priests. They appear out of nowhere, and before you can react, they are on you. They are able enough fighters, but their insidious magic is where their true power lies.
Where do they come from?
No one knows where they came from. Most of their members are inhabitants of Misthaven whom they have converted to their cause with control magic. Some, I guess, came from Rugard or some of the other Western nations.
How do I find these children of the change?
Well, the local rumors say that the children operate mostly out of the eastern side of the island, in the old ruins. The mountains are impassable. The only route there lies through the caves. Many have tried that path only to be lost without a trace.
The monk that attacked me said something about a Yagoro?
As far as I know, Yagoro is the god they worship. I had never heard the name before until the cult started showing up.
It seems you know more than you were letting on. Do you have anything more to add?
I am only repeating things I have heard through rumor and hearsay. I am not working for the priests.
I hope you have told me everything. Getting information from you later might prove difficult.
No, wait! You have to talk to Tendrick. You must stop the execution. Please, I don't want to die. Please!
Is this what men are like in this age? Begging for their lives like blubbering children? You put the life of your lord and the life of his daughter at risk. Why should they spare you?
I have no way of fighting the priests. Their magic and training far exceeds my own abilities. Is that cause enough for death?
I will do what I can, but I am not promising anything.
I have to believe you can convince them to spare me. My life is in your hands now.
Return here if you are having troubles. You will find me to be an invaluable resource.
What have you learned from Rand?
It seems they are operating out of the eastern side of the island.
Yes, I have heard that as well.
The ruins of the ancient temples there would make the perfect base of operations for the cult. The only way to eastern Aquilon is through the caves.
Caves?
Yes, there is a massive labyrinth of caves which separates western Aquilon from eastern Aquilon. If you want to get to the ruins, you'll have to travel through those caves. The Overland route is impassable, and there are no ports on the eastern side.
Was there anything else, Locke?
They follow the bidding of a god by the name of Yogoro.
Yogoro is no god.
What?
Yogoro is a mad priest. I met him many years ago on the mainland. He was spouting some nonsense about questing for an ultimate power known as the Nakronoth.
Nakronoth?
Is it possible this priest has found this Nakronoth? That would explain the sudden rise of the cult and their power.
Although it is not very likely such an item exists, the evidence is certainly compelling.
Interesting. What else did you discover?
Rand seems innocent to me. Perhaps you should stay the execution.
I too find it hard to believe one of my men failed me. Perhaps a month in the dungeon is more appropriate.
The guard, Rand, must be executed for failure to perform his duties, putting not only Tendrick's life, but also that of his daughter Andrea's at risk.
Rand has been with me since the beginning. Besides, I cannot afford to lose any more men.
These are critical times, Tendrick. The guards fear the cult, and an example must be made. They must be forced to realize that incompetence will not be tolerated. Was that all, Locke?
That is all I have to say.
Fine. We shall execute Rand at once.
Sawdark, wait! It goes against everything I have ever stood for!
There is no other way to get the men to fight this threat. It is the only way.
I will trust your decision, Sawdark. I will execute the god Rand for incompetence. And may the gods forgive us. Commence with the execution!
Let this be a lesson to you all. Those who follow Yogoro threaten our very existence. Any man who does not fight the cult until his dying breath will be considered an enemy of Misthaven. You may leave the castle now and begin your quest. If indeed the cult is located on eastern Aquilon, you will need to find passage into the caves to get there. If you find out any new information, please come back and report to me. Good luck.
Are you the combat master, Jong?
I am.
I am called Locke.
Of course you are.
I was sent here by Sardok and Tendrick to relearn my combat skills.
Relearn? Draw your sword. Ooh, I never thought I would see that stance again. You hold your sword in the style of the ancients. It is a lost combat style. I am well versed in the combat techniques of the ancients. Perhaps I will be able to train you. Here is how it works. I will give you a certain number of combat maneuvers you must learn. You can practice them on that dummy over there until you feel you have mastered them. Once you feel comfortable with the basics, you can head out into the forest to hunt for creatures. The more field combat you get, the more powerful your attacks will become.
I understand.
I'm not finished yet.
My apologies, Sensei. Please continue.
Return here often, especially after you have seen a good deal of combat. I will teach you new attack moves if I feel you are ready to handle them. The more creatures you kill, the more moves you can learn. Is all this clear?
When do we start?
I will now teach you a new technique. Pay close attention to my commands until you feel you have mastered the attack. Good work, Locke. You should have enough knowledge to survive out there. Come back and check in with me every once in a while.
Thank you, Jong. I will return when I have increased my skills.